Hello, welcome to English Cactus. My name is Anna. Before we jump in, make sure to grab your free PDF of this lesson. It's in the video description. And thank you so much for watching, for your messages, and for your beautiful comments. Your support truly keeps this channel alive and growing. This video will help you practice English in a fun and natural way and boost your listening skills too. We suggest using the shadowing technique. Listen first, then go back. Pause after each sentence and repeat out loud with me. Try to match my rhythm. This one simple habit can grow your pronunciation and fluency faster than you ever thought possible, almost like you're talking with a real friend. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment telling me where you are from. Now grab your coffee, relax, and let's begin. Because today, your English gets stronger. When you introduce yourself, you open a door. Simple door, yes, but behind it, new friends, new jobs, even new dreams. So, let's start easy. You can say, "Hi, my name is Anna. I am from Brazil. I love to paint and play the guitar." Easy, right? When you introduce yourself, think like you're offering a small gift. Your name, a little bit about your job, your favorite hobbies, and one fun fact. Maybe you love baking chocolate cakes on Sundays. Or maybe you have a dog who sings when he hears the piano. The key is to be friendly and natural. No big, hard words. Just talk like you're meeting someone at a cozy coffee shop. And if you feel shy, don't worry. Study English a little every day and you'll get better fast. Now, imagine you are at a party. People are laughing, talking, and you are standing there thinking, "What should I say?" Just breathe, smile, and say, "Hello, my name is Anna. I am a teacher. I love reading and traveling." Boom! The conversation starts. Remember, nobody expects a perfect speech. They just want to know a little about you. Sharing hobbies and fun facts makes you more interesting. Maybe you love hiking and once got lost, but found the most beautiful lake. Little stories like this help people remember you. So next time you introduce yourself, think simple, friendly, and fun. And soon you'll be ready to share even more, like where you live. Talking about where you live is like painting a small picture for someone. You don't need a lot of words, just a few colors. You can say, "I live in New York. It's a big city with tall buildings and busy streets." Or maybe, "I live in a small town near the mountains. It's quiet and beautiful." See how simple? When you introduce yourself, mentioning your city or town helps people imagine your life. If you live near the beach, you can say, "I love walking by the ocean." If you live in the countryside, you can share, "I enjoy the fresh air and the green fields." This little detail makes your introduction feel more real, and it gives people something to talk about with you. Keep practicing how to talk about your home when you study English. Now picture this. You meet someone from another country. They ask, "Where do you live?" What a perfect moment to share your world. Even if your city is small, it has something special. Maybe it's famous for good food, beautiful parks, or warm people. You can say, "I live in a town famous for its mango festival." And just like that, you have a fun conversation. Adding small details keeps people curious about you. Remember, you don't have to give a long speech, just a little window into your life is enough. And soon, you'll feel more comfortable talking about your job too, which is coming up next. When you introduce yourself, telling people about your job is like giving them a key to understand you better. You don't need big words. You can simply say, "I am a student," or "I work as a nurse." Easy, right? Sharing your occupation shows a little part of your daily life. If you are studying, you can add, "I study English because I want to travel one day." If you work, you can say, "I work in a bakery. I love making fresh bread." Short, natural, friendly. And remember, every job matters. From teachers to taxi drivers, from cooks to office workers, each story is special. When you study English, Practicing how to talk about your job makes it much easier when meeting new people. Imagine this. You are traveling abroad and meet someone new. They ask, "What do you do?" It's your moment. Instead of just saying, "I work," you can give a little extra. Try. "I work in a bookstore. I love reading stories to children." Now you are not just a worker, you are a storyteller. See how a few words make a big difference? Even if your job feels simple, it has meaning. Maybe you help people. Maybe you create things. Maybe you build dreams. Your work tells a little about who you are. And sharing a bit about your hobbies will make your introduction even richer. Talking about your hobbies is like adding colors to your personal story. When you introduce yourself, don't just stop at your name and job. Share what you love to do. You can say, "I love painting colorful landscapes," or "I enjoy hiking in the mountains." Maybe you like reading mystery books or playing guitar at night. These small details make people smile and feel closer to you. And guess what? When you talk about hobbies, you show that you are more than your work. You are a person with passions. This also makes it easier to connect with people who like the same things. Practicing this while you study English will help you speak naturally when new opportunities come. Imagine meeting someone who says, "I love painting too." Suddenly, you have a new friend. That's the magic of hobbies. Even if you feel your hobby is simple, like collecting postcards or baking cookies, it's still a bridge to new conversations. You might even inspire someone to try your hobby. If you don't know how to start, think about your weekends. What do you enjoy? Walking your dog? Watching movies? Making crafts? These are hobbies too. Talking about them shows your human side. And next, we'll talk about another powerful way to shine: sharing your personal strengths. When you introduce yourself, sharing your strengths is like showing the secret ingredients that make you, you. It's not about bragging. It's about letting people see the best parts of your character. You can say, "I am a patient person," or "I am very creative." Simple, right? You can even add examples like, "I am positive. Even when things go wrong, I try to smile and keep going." Sharing your strengths builds trust and makes people want to know you more. And when you study English, it's great to learn words that describe your good qualities. Being able to say, "I am hardworking," or "I am kind," can make any introduction shine a little brighter. Think about this. When someone tells you they are patient, don't you immediately feel more comfortable? That's why it matters. You could also say, "I am good at listening," or "I am good at solving problems." These simple phrases tell a big story about who you are. And if you feel shy talking about yourself, remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being real. Even saying, "I am learning to be more confident," shows strength. Sharing a little about your skills helps others connect with your journey. And speaking of journeys, nothing makes a story better than a funny little twist. When you introduce yourself, adding a small, fun story is like putting a cherry on top of a cake. People love stories. They make you more interesting and easy to remember. For example, you can say, "One time I got lost while hiking, but I found the most beautiful waterfall." Or maybe, "I tried to paint a cat, but everyone thought it was a tiger." Sharing a little funny moment makes your introduction warm and real. It shows you are friendly and human. When you study English, practice telling short stories. Don't worry about being perfect. Just focus on sharing a moment that shows who you are. Imagine meeting someone new and saying, "I once baked a cake and forgot the sugar." You'll get a laugh and break the ice right away. Stories are like magic keys. They open hearts and start conversations. You don't need a long story. Just 1 or 2 sentences is enough. And it doesn't have to be funny. Maybe you learned something important, like patience or creativity, during that moment. Little stories give people a reason to remember you. They create connection faster than any perfect grammar ever could. And soon, you'll want to practice making these introductions short and sweet. When you introduce yourself, short and sweet wins the race. You don't need to give your whole life story. Just 1 or 2 minutes is perfect. Think of it like a movie trailer. You want to give a little taste, not the whole movie. Practice saying your name, your job, your hobbies, and one fun fact. Then stop, smile, and let the other person talk. When you study English, practicing short introductions makes you feel ready and confident. It's like learning to dance. You start with small steps, and little by little, you move with more ease. Picture this. You are in a new class, and the teacher asks everyone to introduce themselves. If you practiced before, you will smile and say, "Hi, I'm Anna. I live in a small town. I work as a nurse. I love hiking and painting." Done. You will feel proud and relaxed. Practicing helps you sound natural and avoid freezing or saying too much. Try practicing in front of a mirror, or even record yourself on your phone. A few minutes every day can make a big difference. And as you practice speaking, it's also important to grow your vocabulary. Learning a few important words can make your English shine brighter when you introduce yourself. Words like creative, tiring, rewarding, unwind, and patient are little treasures. Imagine saying, "My job is tiring, but it's very rewarding because I help people." Now your English sounds more colorful and alive. When you study English, focus on learning words that describe your feelings and experiences. It makes your conversation richer and more real. You don't need to memorize a big dictionary. Just pick a few words that fit your life and practice using them in small sentences. Let's try some together. You can say, "I am a creative person. I love painting new ideas." Or, "After a long day, I unwind by reading a good book." See? Easy and powerful. Using words like patient shows your strengths without needing a big speech. Try writing 3 sentences every day with new words you learn. For example, "Today was tiring, but I stayed patient." This small habit grows your English naturally. And when you meet someone new, you'll be ready to introduce yourself with confidence and heart. Now, let's open a bigger door and start this learning journey together. Now that you know how to introduce yourself, what are you waiting for? Will you stay silent waiting for the perfect English? Or will you start speaking today, even if it's not perfect yet? Remember, real progress comes from action, not just dreams. Practice your introduction today, even if it's just 1 sentence, even if you need to repeat it 100 times. What's one thing you would love to tell someone about yourself? Your hobby? Your dream? Write it down. Say it out loud. Make it real. Every small step you take today is building a stronger, braver version of you tomorrow. If this video helped you, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new lesson. And tell me in the comments, how would you introduce yourself today? I can't wait to hear your story.